I think that's like, can be a big first step in this journey is figuring out what you're not about, right? Is picking out those things you don't want to be, who are you not? And then what is success to me? Because then you know what you're striving for. Then you know what you want to be about. And I think I found, that a huge part of what I want to represent, what I want to do is this type of stuff. Like I have a real passion for mental health and finding different ways to better ourselves, even though I still struggle at times and I go through those hard moments, I go through those dark moments. I know when I keep going with this, I can get myself out of it. I know I can get myself into a better place. And then hopefully I can bring that conversation to somebody else that may be struggling or needs a sliver of hope or just needs to hear that right sentence or said by the right person or said in the right framing of words to have something click in their head to start moving them in that right direction. So, I think that's a big part of it. And I think as we continue on that journey, then we get more involved in it and then we make it a bigger part of our lives. And just in that sense, it just already pushes out some of those other things that's like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with those people because I feel like shit when I'm with them, or they're kind of, they're not people I want to associate with. Or I don't want to go to that bar because I'm hungover, extremely hungover every time. Or I don't want to watch, TV all day because then I don't get out and experience the world. And so you start taking away some of those options because you're invested in doing stuff like this. You're invested in our conversations together. You're invested in thinking about the next conversation, or you're invested in, like what are different ways we can go about it. And so now I don't have time to watch TV all the time. Now I don't have time to put some of those negative things in my life. And I think that's all part of that journey of figuring out who we are and what we want to be about.
Yeah, no, I can resonate with that pretty deeply because I know that when a lot of us can get to the point where we start to say, okay, I'm not this and I'm not that and I'm not that, almost as a stroke of magic, we start to see a nice path like, okay, but all those things I don't want to be, I do want to be a good person. I do want to treat my family well. I do want to make sure that I can provide for my families in the form of income. I'm maybe not chasing money for my specific example, but I want to make sure I'm comfortable. I don't want to have to be like, I've only got $100 this month for groceries. What are we not going to get? What are we going to get? I want to be comfortable enough to, hey, my little one's like, I want something. As long as you're behaving and doing things you're doing, I want to be able to say I can give her that without trying to make it up like, well, no, you weren't as good as you should have been, so we can't get it, when ultimately it's like I got $5 in my account. So what am I going to do? I can't do anything. So finding out what that is for you and then finding out the things that you do need to eliminate, like you just said, figuring that out is the first step. But really like putting the phone down or closing the laptop and actually making that action to then allow you to go do those types of things that you want to surround yourself around. I think that's the major part of that step too, is just to, cool, I know what I want to be. I think what I don't want to do. Now I need to not do those things, whether it's as simple as being on your phone for an extra hour before bed or playing video games for those extra couple of hours when you know you probably should just go to bed, or you should spend the time with a loved one or family. So take that step and do it. That I think you'll find that's where you start to really find that freedom and realize after that next couple times, I don't even need my phone. It's easier to put it down the second time and the third time and the fourth time. It's that first time that's the hardest time. And once you start to really identify with, okay, yeah, that's me, I see where I want to go, that makes a lot more sense now to what I'm trying to accomplish. That's my version of success, that I see myself as being happy. Now you can really act on it because you can visualize it. If you can't visualize something or you can't really see where it makes sense in your life, it's going to be a struggle. And I can say that I struggle with that pretty recently.